Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Time Travel Simulator. Start with a green dragon fruit. Chapter 11, Principal Pig, What Do You Want From Me? Above the corridor, Zhongzhan strode out of the classroom and greeted Zhu Man. Zhongzhan, this is what happened. Zhu Man said in a deep voice. I understand that your family's financial conditions are not very difficult. Now there is an opportunity to obtain a large amount of cultivation resources. Do you need it? Of course. Zhongzhan nodded without hesitation. What Zhongzhan lacks most now is training resources. There is a saying that goes like this. Poor in literature and rich in martial arts. If you want to be strong, you must invest a lot of money and resources. Although Zhongzhan took the green dragon fruit, developing the green dragon fruit was not an easy task. His mental strength is not enough to develop the azure dragon fruit in depth. Even if he were lucky enough to develop the azure dragon fruit in depth and develop a powerful ability, he still wouldn't be able to use it. Because his physique is too weak. His physique is not strong enough to sustain an explosion that is too powerful. Unlike those rich people, they grew up in fine clothes and fine food, and took all kinds of magical herbs and elixirs. Their physical fitness, mental strength, and brain development were all very high. And where do children from poor families like Zhongzhan get the money to buy magical herbs and elixirs? If Zhongzhan's talent hadn't been good enough, and if Zhongzhan hadn't worked hard enough, how would he be qualified to sit among the top 3 in Jiacheng number 1 middle school all year round? Just say it. In the entire Jiacheng number 1 middle school, there are about 1,000 students in the 3rd grade. Among the top 100 students in grade, most of their families are in very good circumstances, and only a few are in bad circumstances. No way. Again, the poor are poor in culture and rich in military affairs. Children from poor families cannot afford all kinds of magical herbs and elixirs that can improve their mental strength and physical fitness, so their grades will naturally be inferior to those of children from rich families. It's like this, isn't it? Just a month before the college entrance examination is about to take place. The principals of several high schools in Jiacheng got together, thought about it, and decided to hold a college entrance examination mobilization competition before the college entrance examination. Each school high schools will select a few top students to participate in this competition to inspire other students. The rewards for this college entrance examination mobilization competition are quite rich. The first place can get 1 million worth of cultivation resources. In addition, there is also a spiritual nourishing fruit. The second place will get 500,000 cultivation resources plus a spiritual nourishing fruit. The third place will receive 200,000 cultivation resources plus a spiritual nourishing fruit. Starting from the 4th to the 10th place, each person will be rewarded with 100,000 cultivation resources. Look, are you interested in participating? As soon as Zhu Man finished speaking, Zhongzhan nodded. Principal Zhu, I want to participate, I want to sign up. Spirit nourishing fruit is a good thing. It is a spiritual fruit that can promote the growth of spiritual power after taking it. The market price is 500,000 yuan per piece, but basically there is no market for it. Okay, then you should prepare carefully these 2 days. This game will start the day after tomorrow. Zhu Man nodded with a smile. Well, good principal, In the next day, Zhongzhan was not idle, and he did not relax even a little bit because of the cheat of travel simulator and the ability of the blue dragon fruit in the form of a dragon, which was suspected to be comparable to S-class superpowers. During this day, he still maintained his previous style and habits. Get up early, go to bed late, and practice hard. Because he knew it very well in his heart. What he has now is just the potential to become a strong man. He is not a true strong man yet. Now, any advanced ability user can kill him. So, he is completely in no position to relax now. Within this day, Zhongzhan conducted another time travel simulation. But this time his luck was not very good. I refreshed the talent card pool twice, but nothing came out. 20 survival points were wasted. Fortunately, he finally managed to live past the age of 20. He lived until he was 30. Because of the negative influence of the dragon blood descendants, he couldn't control his lower body, so he forcibly abducted Yamato on his ship, and fought with the angry Kaido for 7 days. After 7 nights, he died of exhaustion. However, because he chose the talent of Silly Lengxi, Zhongzhan did not learn any new abilities during this simulated time travel, resulting in Zhongzhan not being able to manifest any of his abilities. Stupid fool, Blue, your brain is born a beat slower than others, but as the saying goes, when God closes a door for you, he will definitely open a window for you. You have great brute force. Close black lens bracket. What? Why do you think Zhongzhan chose such a rubbish talent? Alas, talking too much brings tears to my eyes. Because the other talents that were created are even more rubbish than this talent. That's all. The day passed by in a hurry. Blink. Wednesday. The day of the college entrance examination mobilization competition has arrived. Wednesday. It's clear. Early morning. Zhang Xuanggong came to the classroom and sat down, planning to meditate quietly for a while no one was around in the morning to promote the Wan culture. Not long after we sat down, the head teacher hurried in and said, Zhongzhan, you are indeed in the classroom. Stop meditating now and go to the school gate to gather. The principal is already waiting there. I know, Laoban. Zhongzhan nodded. When Zhongzhan arrived at the school gate, there were already 3 people waiting at the school gate. One of them is Principal Zhu Man. Zhongzhan knew the other 2 people, a boy and a girl. They were the 2 top students in class 1 of senior high school. Zhongzhan, you're here. Please wait for a while. There are 2 more people who haven't arrived yet. Zhu Man smiled and greeted Zhongzhan. Okay, Principal. Zhongzhan nodded, didn't say anything more, but stood quietly and waited. After a short while, 2 figures ran over from the school. Zhongzhan also knew these 2 people. They were both top students who had been in the top 10 of Jiacheng number 1 middle school all year round. After everyone gathered, the group set off. Half an hour later, they successfully arrived at the Superpower Association in the center of Jiacheng City. When Zhongzhan and others arrived, the contestants from Jiacheng Senior High School, Jiacheng number 2 Middle School and Jiacheng Maogao had already arrived early, and now they were just short of Jiacheng Fenggao. After waiting for more than 10 minutes, the 5 female contestants from Jiacheng Fengming Girls High School finally arrived. So far, contestants from 5 high schools in Jiacheng gathered together. The college entrance examination mobilization competition has just begun. After a group of people entered the dual field of the Superpower Association in an orderly manner, the vice president of Jiacheng Superpower Association directly announced the rules of the competition. Yes, there was not so much nonsense. As soon as everyone stood in the duel arena, he had already begun to read out the game mode and rules. The mode of this competition is different from the ordinary competition mode. It starts with all 25 contestants taking the stage for a big melee. Whoever is knocked off the stage first will be eliminated. It's that simple. As soon as the game mode comes out, suddenly, there was a commotion at the scene. Zhongzhan noticed that the principals of the 5 Jiacheng high schools, including Zhu Man, and the teachers who led the team were stunned for a moment. Obviously, they did not know in advance that this competition would have this mode and rules. Oh no, Zhu Man sighed, then frowned and looked at Zhongzhan and the other 5, and said, you 5 must be more careful. This year, Feng Gao and Mao Gao have awakened a few B-level superpowers. Students, and they are not just awakened recently, they have already awakened half a year ago, and I even heard that the energy fluctuations tested by some of them are almost over 1,000 and they will enter the level soon. We'll keep an eye out. Zhongzhan and the other 5 nodded. Especially Zhongzhan, you have to pay special attention. Zhu Man stared at Zhongzhan. Zhongzhan pointed at himself and was stunned. Yes, Zhu Man nodded. Originally, if you had not awakened the A-level superpower, they would have been the most watched people in Jiacheng this year. But now, all their limelight has been stolen by you. Do you think they are willing to do so? No, they will never be willing to give in. There is absolutely no way they will be willing to give in. So, if nothing else happens, they will definitely come to trouble you during the game later. Hearing this, Zhongzhan's eyes suddenly flashed, and he suddenly had a thought in his heart. Zhu Man is right. Those people who have been robbed of the limelight by him will definitely come to trouble him later. It's not just jealousy. Jealousy is only part of the reason. Another reason is that they want to take the limelight away from Zhongzhan again. There are many ways to recapture this limelight. The easiest thing is to defeat Zhongzhan in this competition. They can tell everyone about it. Talent does not mean strength. After thinking about this matter and understanding the challenges he was about to face later, Zhongzhan was not timid. On the contrary, he became inexplicably excited. Inexplicably looking forward to it. He clenched his fists excitedly. He couldn't wait to have a fun battle. Because Zhongzhan knew it very well. Fighting is the best way to grow. Since you all regard me as prey and want me to be a stepping stone, then you must be mentally prepared to be killed by me, right? Just come, no one is afraid of whom. Zhongzhan clenched his fists, slowly raised his head, and quickly glanced around, passing over the faces of the top students from major high schools around him. All of a sudden, the fighting spirit is high. Jiacheng, the Superpower Association, in the huge duel arena. Under everyone's gaze, captured by high-definition live cameras. 25 participating students from 5 high schools in Jiacheng, including Zhongzhan, jumped onto the stage one after another. The arena is huge. It is almost the size of more than half a football field, which is completely enough to accommodate Zhongzhan and others. When Zhongzhan and others boarded the ring, in 5 high school classrooms located across Jiacheng, screens were lit up one after another. The scene played on the screen was clearly the scene on the huge arena of the Superpower Association's duel arena. It's finally starting. I've been waiting for a long time, but it's finally about to begin. You can feast your eyes today. The 2 twin brothers Wang Qing and Wang Bai from Maogao, Mu, the campus beauty who awakened the ice-type superpower from Fenggao, Zhongzhan who awakened the A-class superpower from number 1 middle school. I feel like it just thinking about it, it's exciting. I don't know who can get first place. If nothing else, it should be Zhongzhan. After all, he is a person who has awakened A-level superpowers. Hehehehe, A-level superpowers are indeed very powerful, but he just awakened 3 days ago. How can he be the opponent of Wang Qing, Wang Bai and others who awakened their superpowers half a year ago? Yes, and Wang Qing and Wang Bai are the rich second generation. They have a lot of money at home. They grew up eating magical herbs and elixirs. Their mental and physical strength are probably much stronger than Zhongzhan's. Quote. For a while, discussions continued in various classes in the 5 high schools. Jiacheng Superpower Association, competition scene. After Zhongzhan and his party stood firm on the ring, Mei Maobing, the vice president of the Superpower Association who had previously announced the competition mode and rules, spoke again. Before announcing the official start of the competition, I have one more thing to remind you. Wanting to enter the top 10 in this competition is not as simple as you think. Saying that, Mei Maobing raised his fist. 10 minutes. Only those who persist in the ring for 10 minutes will be counted among the top 10 and will be eligible to receive the top 10 rewards. If after 10 minutes, if there are only 9 people left in the ring, the extra reward for the 10th place will be divided evenly among the remaining 9 people. As Mei Maobing spoke, he suddenly grinned with a playful smile, and said meaningfully, that is to say, if after 10 minutes, there is only 1 person left on the stage, then, the reward for the top 10 will be all his alone. As soon as Mei Maobing said this, suddenly, brush. The atmosphere at the scene suddenly became depressing. The eyes of all the contestants became sharp. The total rewards for the top 10 are almost 5 million. 5 million, this is not a small amount. Except for a few extremely wealthy contestants who may not be surprised, most of the other contestants, including Zhongzhan, were stimulated by the 5 million. And this time, in the classrooms of various high schools, there have been turmoils and waves. My sao. This year's college entrance examination mobilization competition will be so exciting. I did the math. If someone can knock everyone else off the ring within 10 minutes, he can get a total of resources worth 4.9 million. Have you noticed that the eyes of those top students have changed? This damn resource is close to 5 million. Who wouldn't be excited to replace it? In the spectator seats. Ha, it's interesting. Is this the right way to be interesting? Otherwise, there is no wolfishness at all. They fight in a well-behaved manner. How can it be interesting? An advanced superpower who came to watch the battle laughed. Yeah, that's what makes it interesting. Another person echoed. However, this is not enough. Jiacheng Admiral Tang De glanced at Wang Qing, Wang Bai and Mu who were still indifferent on the stage, and said, if you want to fight, you have to fight together, otherwise it will be boring. As he said this, he suddenly had a thought. Huge spiritual power radiated out and sent a message to Mei Maobing, who was presiding over the competition. When Mei Maobing heard this, he was stunned for a moment. Immediately, after he took a deep look at Wang Qing, Wang Bai and Mu Yer, his smile became even brighter. Ahem, let me tell you some good news. Our Admiral Tang said that if someone can really drive everyone else off the ring within 10 minutes and enjoy the rewards of this competition alone, then he will reward that person with an additional super fruit. As soon as Mei Maobing said this moment, the whole place was in an uproar. Whether it was Zhang Zan and others on the stage, or the advanced ability users who came to watch the battle in the spectator seats, everyone showed expressions of disbelief and astonishment. Super fruit. This is a spiritual fruit that is 100 times rarer than the spiritual fruit. You can't buy it on the market. As for the nourishing fruit, if you are willing to pay a premium of 200,000 or 300,000, it is still very likely that you can buy it. But super fruit, no matter how much you pay a premium, you can't buy it. Super fruits can only be produced in dangerous secret realms, and their output is very rare. But at the same time, its effect is very powerful. It can help superpowers further develop their superpowers. Within half an hour after taking the super fruit, the user will enter a mysterious state. People call this state the epiphany state. So, the superpower fruit is also called the epiphany fruit. The price of a super fruit is as high as 5 million, which is truly priceless. A big deal, really a big deal. Hey, it's interesting. This competition is really interesting. The twin brothers from the Wang family have to get serious too. The super fruits are all taken out as rewards. Quote. For a time, there were discussions one after another. The entire duel arena was in chaos. The atmosphere above the arena became increasingly depressing. Zhang Zan noticed clearly, after Mei Maobing said the 3 words super fruit. The eyes of Wang Qing, Wang Bai and Mu Yer, who were still a little lazy at first, suddenly became sharper. Since the detection equipment in this world can detect the ability of the Azure Dragon Fruit, and admit that the ability of the Azure Dragon Fruit is also a superpower, then the superpower fruit should also have an effect on me. Regardless of whether the super fruit can work on me, it's worth 5 million. Thinking of this, Zhang Zan suddenly clenched his fists. Get it, gotta get it. At this moment, Zhang Zan screamed crazily in his heart. It's not just Zhang Zan. The moment the super fruit came out, all the contestants participating in this college entrance examination mobilization competition were shouting crazily in their hearts, get it. Get it, get it. Comma, crack, 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 crack. With a burst of applause, everyone came back to their senses. Brushing, brushing, brushing. All eyes were focused on Mei Maobing, who was clapping his hands. I have said everything that needs to be said. Then, the game will officially begin. I will give you 10 seconds to prepare. After 10 seconds, listen to my whistle. Mei Maobing finished speaking. Suddenly, the entire duel arena suddenly became quiet. Not just a dueling arena. At this moment, every classroom in the 5 high schools in Jiacheng fell silent. Everyone's eyes widened and they stared at the screen, waiting quietly. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Time passes minute by minute. 3, 2, 1. Beep. In the silence, a sharp whistle suddenly sounded. Next moment, everyone on the stage started to move. Boom. Zhang Zan's body flashed, and he directly shot towards a female player from Fengao who was randomly assigned next to him. Facing Zhang Zan who punched her, the female player showed no signs of panic. She is obviously a power user. Facing Zhang Zan's fist, she took a sharp breath. Immediately, the originally slender right arm suddenly swelled. In an instant, her right arm was covered with sharp-edged muscles. HMPH, you are obviously a person who has awakened A-level superpowers. If you insist on competing with me as a person with superpowers in the power system, you are really asking for death. The girl raised her fist in disdain and hit Zhang Zan's fist. Boom. The 2 fists collided hard. A huge force suddenly surged out from Zhang Zan's fist, like a flood that broke a dam, rushing down the girl's fist. How can it be? The girl let out an exclamation of disbelief. Next moment, She had already flown upside down under the influence of this huge force and landed directly on the ring, becoming the first contestant to be eliminated. Time taken, 3 seconds. Joke. To know, the blue dragon fruit is Zone's devil fruit. Although Zhang Zan only got the azure dragon fruit a few days ago. But, once Zone devil fruit is taken, it can greatly increase the user's physique. Let me ask, how could that girl be Zhang Zan's opponent in a mere competition of strength? What? FK. What's going on? Zhao Luyan from Fengming High School was eliminated just like that, in less than a few seconds. If I remember correctly, what Zhao Luyan awakened as AC level power superpower, right? What just happened? For a while, the whole place was in an uproar. Everyone was stunned. Everyone was confused. Wow. At the moment when Zhang Zan punched Zhao Luyan off the ring, the originally silent Jiacheng number 1 middle school suddenly erupted into bursts of excited cheers. My Sao, my Sao, my Sao, my Sao, my Sao, awesome, awesome, awesome. One move and you're done. I'm Sao, invincible. Zhang Zan is invincible. Quote. Students from Jiacheng number 1 middle school. Whether they were in their 3rd year of high school, their sophomore year in high school, or their 1st year in high school, they all shouted with joy. Especially the students in Zhang Zan's grade 3-2 class were extremely excited. Everyone's face was red with excitement. There was even a pair of men and women at the same table who hugged each other excitedly. President Zhang is awesome. Do you think Zhang Da squad leader has a chance to win the 1st place? Maybe. With the power he showed just now, let alone the 1st place, he might still have a chance to become the only winner. Hiss, those are training resources worth 10 million, damn. Quote. While everyone was talking, a strange cold snort suddenly sounded from the side. He also wants to win the 1st place. What a great idea. With Wang Qing, Wang Bai and Mu Yer here, Zhang, how can that guy Zan be number 1? The words fell, suddenly. Brushing. People around him turned their heads and saw Zhao Jia's ferocious face full of jealousy. Zhao Jia, why are you talking? We are all classmates in the same class. We have 3 years of friendship. Can't you say something nice? That's right, I think you are obviously jealous. Quote. Hearing everyone's chatter, Zhao Jia's face suddenly turned red, and he suddenly shouted at the top of his lungs, what's wrong? Can't I tell the truth? Ask yourselves, what's in your heart? Do you think Zhang Zan can beat Mao Gao's brothers Wang Qing, Wang Bai and Feng Gao's Mu Yer? Let alone the 1st place, I don't think he can even make it into the top 10. I can't tell. He was eliminated in the next second. Before Zhao Jia could finish his words, he heard a burst of exclamations. Ah! Zhang Zan, be careful. Swish, brush. Everyone quickly turned around and saw the screen. A tall, slender boy came up behind Zhang Zan silently, like a ghost. Seeing that the palm he waved was about to hit Zhang Zan's back. Sudden, as if there was an eye on his back, Zhang Zan suddenly tilted his body to the left, avoiding the boy's attack. Before the boy could react, Zhang Zan had already punched the boy in the abdomen with his backhand. With a aha sound, the boy was knocked out by Zhang Zan and fell onto the stage. Double kill. Seeing this, a burst of cheers burst out from the sky above Jiacheng number 1 middle school. And at this time, Zhang Zan had already set his sights on a student from Jiagao not far away. Taking advantage of the moment when he was fighting with a girl, Zhang Zan suddenly rushed forward. Don't give it to him. No. To be precise, I didn't give him any chance to react. A direct punch sent him off the ring easily. 3 kills. The whole process went smoothly. As of now, only about a minute has passed in this competition. A total of 6 contestants were eliminated. 3 of them were eliminated by Wang Qing, Wang Bai and Mu Yer respectively. The remaining half were all eliminated by Zhang Zan alone. Suddenly, Zhang Zan immediately attracted the attention of everyone on and off the stage in front of the screen. After the girl looked at the 2 players around Zhang Zan, the 3 of them suddenly moved. The 3 of them rushed towards Zhang Zan at the same time. It was obvious that they planned to work together to eliminate Zhang Zan first, and then they would decide the outcome. Well done. To this, Zhang Zan was not afraid at all. With the help of observation hockey, a 3D arena model updated in real time appeared in Zhang Zan's mind. This allows you to clearly see any movement within 3 meters of your body. Naturally, this also includes the two players attacking from the left and right rear. Take a step to the left. Zhang Zan easily dodged the wind blade launched by the player on the left, the sweeping leg sweep from the player on the right, and the girl's fist. Then, punch out. With lightning speed, it landed on the girl's abdomen. 4 kills. Immediately afterwards, Zhang Zan took action again, targeting the boy with strength-based superpowers on the right. With the help of observation hockey, after dodging his attack, Zhang Zan punched again and landed hard on the boy's right shoulder. Pentakill. All this happened in an instant. In an instant. Of the 3-person team they had formed temporarily, only the boy who had awakened the superpower 2 meters away on the left was left. The boy retreated quickly. However, how could Zhang Zan give him this opportunity? Step, 2 steps, 3 steps, 3 steps to catch up. Seeing Zhang Zan approaching, the boy obviously panicked. He kept waving his hands and launching wind blades towards Zhang Zan. 7 or 8 shots were fired in succession, but with the help of observation hockey, Zhang Zan successfully avoided them all. In the end, Zhang Zan succeeded in killing him. Don't slap me in the face, ah. So far, 6 kills. Boom, boom, sensation. There was a sensation. This moment, loud uproar almost erupted in the sky above the 5 high school campuses in Jiacheng. FK, kill like crazy, kill like crazy, kill like crazy. Zhang Zan is crazy about killing. It's only been a few minutes, maybe even 2 minutes, and he actually defeated 6 people. Wang Qing, Wang Bai and Mu Yer only defeated one of them. I am Sao. What is going on? Quote. All the students were shocked by the scene where Zhang Zan neatly dealt with the 3 people who had joined forces to kill him. Unbelievable exclamations came one after another. To the opposite, at this moment, there was indeed silence in the dual arena of Jiacheng Superpower Association. Everyone, whether it was the principals of each school, the teachers leading the team, or the advanced ability users who came to watch the game, they were all stunned in the spectator seats. There is no other reason. Because, too fast. Zhang Zan is really too fast. In just 1 or 2 minutes, Zhang Zan easily defeated 6 opponents. Although to the spectators at the scene, the battle between Zhang Zan and others was actually just like playing house. But, don't forget it, they are advanced ability users, and they are not just ordinary advanced ability users, many of them are intermediate ability users. From their point of view, the battle between Zhang Zan and others was indeed nothing. But if they bring themselves to the age of Zhang Zan and others, it is completely different from the same concept. Especially the scene where Zhang Zan, with the help of observation hockey, easily evaded the attacks of the 3 players one after another. At this point, keep their memories fresh. Admiral Tang, could it be that the ability that the boy named Zhang Zan used to avoid attacks just now was Nianwang? An advanced ability user sitting next to Tang De could not help but ask with his eyes widened. Jiacheng Admiral Tang De did not answer his question immediately. Instead, he frowned and kept recalling the scene of Zhang Zan dodging the attack just now in his mind. After a few seconds, he suddenly shook his head slowly. No, it's not Nianwang. What? Not Nianwang, but he clearly dodged the attack from behind just now. Quote. Everyone showed their astonishment. It's definitely not Nianwang. I just used my mental power to probe him. His mental power is not very high. It can even be said that he is at the bottom among the 25 contestants participating in the college entrance examination mobilization competition. This may have something to do with him. It's related to his family's economic conditions, and he hasn't taken any magical herbs that can assist meditation. Tang De stared at Zhang Zan on the ring below with bright eyes, and began to speak. The prerequisite for learning and using the ability of Nianwang is that the mental power is strong enough, at least reaching 2000 Hz, and Zhang Zan's the mental power is only 300 Hz at most, so what he just used cannot be a mind net. But he just knew clearly. Yes, the way he dodged the attack just now was the same as when we used the Nianwang. For a time, everyone's frown deepened, and the confusion in their hearts deepened. Tell me, is the ability that the student named Zhang Zan used just now a new ability, just like the ability that Mr. Li Ping created when he created the Nianwang. As soon as these words came out, suddenly, everyone present was stunned. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. After everyone was stunned for 3 seconds, they finally came to their senses. Gulu, Gulu. They quickly glanced at Zhang Zan on the stage, looked at each other in disbelief, and then swallowed their saliva. No, no, no. It's impossible. He is only 18 years old. He is just a quasi-ability user. He has not yet entered the level. His mental power is only about 300 Hz. How can he create such a? It's similar to the ability to read the net. Yes, yes, you must know that even Lord Li Ping only developed the ability to read the net when he was at the 8th level. That's it. Impossible, impossible, ha ha ha. What are we thinking? How is this possible? How is this possible? Coincidence. Yes, yes, it must be a coincidence. The reason why that kid can avoid the attack from out of sight, the attack must be a coincidence. Quote. Everyone's faces were full of doubts. But their eyes, however, all converged on Zhang Zan in unison and very honestly. Bright eyes. Keep your eyes peeled. Obviously he didn't want to miss Zhang Zan's every move. Zhang Zan didn't know about all this. Because of this moment, he is being mobbed by others on the field. There are currently 9 eliminated. There are still 16 people left on the field. Among these 16 people, 3, like Zhang Zan, were students from Jiacheng No. 1 middle school. The remaining 13 people are students from 4 other schools. Except for the 3 players from the same school as Zhang Zan, the remaining 10 people, including Wang Qing, Wang Bai and Mu Yer, who were favored by everyone to win the championship, all regarded Zhang Zan as the biggest competitors. They had all realized Zhang Zan's threatening nature from Zhang Zan's beautiful battle just now. So, 10 people took action almost at the same time. But they did not attack Zhang Zan first, but instead attacked the other 3 players from Jiacheng No. 1 middle school. In an instant, the situation on the stage suddenly changed. The 3 players from Jiacheng No. 1 middle school are actually quite good, but at the same time each of them has to face 3 opponents who are equal to or even stronger than them. In less than 3 seconds, the 3 of them were knocked off the ring one after another. Damn it. Oops. In the spectator seats, when Zhu Man, the principal of Jiacheng No. 1 middle school, saw this scene, his face suddenly darkened. Hey, Lao Zhu, what's wrong? Why do you look so ugly? When I called you 2 days ago, weren't you still very happy? Principal Mao Gao, who was sitting next to him, said with a smile. Yes, Lao Zhu, why is it so bad? Isn't there still a student from your Jiacheng No. 1 middle school in the arena, and he is also a student who has awakened A-level superpowers? The principal of Fengao couldn't help but joked when he saw Zhu Man's dark face. That kid is a student who has awakened A-level superpowers. Maybe he will unleash his Kamui in a while and knock everyone off the ring. The principal of Jiacheng No. 2 middle school said with a smile. The principals among them have been in a bad mood ever since they received Zhu Man's greeting call that day. But now, seeing Zhu Man's dark face and thinking that Jiacheng No. 1 middle school would most likely not even get a seat in the top 10 in this college entrance examination mobilization competition, their mood suddenly became beautiful. Hey, play, you keep playing. Weren't you very proud the day before yesterday? What's wrong? Why don't you speak now? After knocking the 3 contestants from Jiacheng No. 1 middle school off the ring, all 10 people's eyes were fixed on Zhang Zan. After a brief silence, they suddenly moved. They swarmed up and charged towards Zhang Zan. No. In fact, they didn't really swarm. At the same time, only one person's attack will come to Zhang Zan. After all, those who can be selected to participate in this mobilization competition are all top students from various high schools. Top students all have their own pride. What they want is to defeat Zhang Zan with their own hands, not to defeat Zhang Zan in a melee. After blocking 3 waves of attacks, Zhang Zan suddenly seized the opportunity. He punched a boy hard in the abdomen with his backhand. Under the impact of the huge force, the boy flew backwards and fell to the ground. Zhang Zan didn't hesitate at all. Then, he rushed forward suddenly and hit another person hard. The man seemed to have been hit hard by a high-speed truck. He flew out and hit the player behind him, taking the player behind him with him, and the two of them flew out together. In an instant, 3 kills. Blah blah blah. There was an uproar in the whole place. In uproar, a ghost-like figure appeared quietly behind Zhang Zan. His speed is very fast, and when he moves, he will not make any noise, not even the sound of wind, just like a skilled assassin. If it had been anyone else, he might not have been able to find him. But Zhang Zan is different. With the help of observation hockey, a real-time 3D model within a 3-meter radius with his body as the center is always playing in his mind. So, in fact, Zhang Zan had successfully captured him from the beginning. Seeing that his fist was about to fall, Zhang Zan suddenly punched sideways. While seemingly narrowly avoiding his attack, a fist hit him hard. Zhang Xuangang was ready to take advantage of the victory and pursue this person completely. Ouch! Suddenly, a strong gust of wind came. Wang Qing, who had never joined the fight, suddenly punched Zhang Zan. Above the fist, there was a faint flicker of fire. A last resort, Zhang Zan could only give up the pursuit temporarily and swung his fist to meet Wang Qing's fire fist. Boom! Fist to fist collided violently. Tap tap tap. Under the impact of the huge force, Zhang Zan took 7 or 8 steps back before reluctantly stopping. On the other hand, Wang Qing still stood firmly in place. Not only that, Zhang Zan looked down at his fist. The back of the fist was already covered in burnt blood. HMPH, A-level superpowers are nothing more than that. Wang Qing grinned at Zhang Zan. It seems that if you want to get all the rewards, you have to show some real skills. You asked for this. Zhang Zan murmured, suddenly raised his head, and grinned at Wang Qing. What? Wang Qing was stunned, and this time, Zhang Zan fully activated the blue dragon fruit ability in his body. No, 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 Zhang Zan must lose. No, 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 Zhang Zan, hold on, you are the last player in our Jiacheng number 1 middle school. Zhang Zan, come on. Ha 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 ha, what will happen if you awaken your A-level superpower? You can't even catch a punch from our Mao Gao Wang Qing. Wang Qing is awesome. There was endless noise in the sky above the high schools. The scene was also noisy. It looks like Zhang Zan is going to lose. Are you going to lose? That's an A-level superpower. It's normal. Although the A-level superpower is powerful, the kid named Zhang Zan has only awakened for a few days after all. It's normal to lose. Quote. There was a lot of discussion in the spectator seats. Oh, Lao Zhu, this A-level superpower in your first middle school seems to be nothing more than that. He can't even catch a punch from our Mao Gao Wang Qing. Principal Mao Gao's face glowed brightly, and he smiled and said to the dark-faced Zhu man beside him. Zhu man took a deep breath and comforted himself, it's okay. Zhang Zan has just awakened his A-level superpower a few days ago. It's already pretty good to have the strength he has now. The principal of Mao Gao was about to say something else. Sudden, a series of incredible exclamations came from not far away. What? What is that? Isn't it true that the student named Zhang Zan awakened an A-level power-based superpower, but an A-level upgraded superpower? Hiss. Hear this. Brushing, brushing, brushing. All the principals looked intently at the ring, and saw Zhang Zan in the middle of the ring, who had fully activated the power of the blue dragon fruit and transformed into a dragon man. The height of nearly 4 meters gives people an inexplicable sense of oppression. A-level upgraded superpower. Everyone was stunned. Boom. Zhang Zan suddenly moved. His legs kicked off the ground suddenly. Under the huge reaction force, he flew out like an arrow from a string. Although the body is huge, but his speed did not slow down. In the blink of an eye, in an instant, he had already reached Wang Qing again. The punch rises, the punch falls. Although Wang Qing reacted in time, he raised his arms to block. However, Zhang Zan's power in dragon form is countless times higher than in his human form. Although Wang Qing grew up eating various spiritual herbs and elixirs, his physique is different from that of his peers, and he is even comparable to an advanced ability user. But, still not enough. Far from enough. Aha! Along with the screams, Wang Qing flew directly into the air under the impact of huge power. After drawing a beautiful arc in the air, it landed 7 or 8 meters away. Before he could get up from the ground, hoo-ho! Along with a whistling wind, Zhang Zan reappeared in front of him. Kick out! Aha! Wang Qing's scream of pain sounded again. His whole body flew out again. This time, he fell directly into the ring and was ruthlessly eliminated. Zhang Zan suddenly broke out, and then Wang Qing was eliminated. The whole process happens between breaths. 5 seconds. No 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 no. 3 seconds at most. Not even 3 seconds had passed. All this happened too fast. Too soon too soon. At the same time, it was beyond everyone's expectations. Before that, 3 seconds ago, no one could have predicted this situation. Silence. Incomparable silence. The entire dual field and the 5 high schools in Jiacheng suddenly fell silent. It was so quiet that you could even hear the sound of a pin dropping to the ground. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 seconds later. Blah blah blah. The whole place was in an uproar. My Sao, my Sao, my Sao, my Sao 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 Sao. What happened? What just happened? What happened? I just yawned. What happened? Why was Wang Qing knocked off the stage? Also, who is the dragon-like monster with a tail on the stage? Seconds, seconds, Mao Gao Wang Qing has been seconds. Quote. Shock. Extremely shocked. Everyone who witnessed the scene just now seemed to have a huge wave of emotions in their hearts. Just when everyone was shocked, the situation in the ring changed again. After solving Wang Qing, Zhang Zan kept going. He took the initiative to kill the second person closest to him. That person is a B-level strength player from Jiagao. Facing the menacing Zhang Zan, the man roared angrily and unleashed his greatest strength. However, compared to Zhang Zan's strength, he was still a little behind, and was directly punched away by Zhang Zan. Another instant kill. Zhang Zan's horse kept running. One after another. The wind and the remaining clouds. In the blink of an eye, only the last 3 people, including Zhang Zan, were left on the stage. What a monster! On the stage, as Wang Bai murmured, his eyes suddenly turned to Mu Yer, who was not far away. After the two of them looked at each other, they locked their eyes on Zhang Zan. Before Zhang Zan explodes with all his strength, they may not join forces with others to deal with Zhang Zan because of their arrogance as top students. But now, after witnessing Zhang Zan eliminating his opponents like a storm, the two of them had to rein in their arrogance. They have realized it. With just one person's strength, it is very likely that he will not be Zhang Zan's opponent. If they want to continue to stay in this ring and stay for 10 minutes, they must join forces. Although he is an A-level upgraded superpower, judging from his performance just now, apart from being a little stronger and a little faster, he doesn't have any long-range attack methods. We can use our strengths to avoid weaknesses. Wang Bai suddenly spoke to Mu Yer. Yes, I understand. Mu Yer nodded. While the two of them were communicating, Zhang Zan had already taken the initiative and charged towards the two of them menacingly. Both of them were top students in their respective schools and responded very quickly. One on the left and one on the right, retreating towards the rear on both sides. At the same time, their superpowers begin to emerge. The temperature above the arena began to drop sharply. In an instant, a layer of frost formed on the ground. The biting cold wind hit Zhang Zan, wrapping Zhang Zan in it. At the same time, clatter. On Wang Bai's side, there was a sound of water flowing. Water bombs were fired from the palm of his hand and shot straight towards Zhang Zan. After coming into contact with the biting cold wind, the water bullets turned into ice bullets one after another. Roll. Zhang Zan was not afraid and punched out. In the dragon form, his resistance to various elements has increased countless times, and he is not afraid of Mu Yer's ice element attack at all. As he waved his fist again and again, ice bullets were exploded by him one after another, sending ice crystals flying all over the sky. Damn it, this is an A-level superpower. Mu Yer and I's joint attack was easily resisted by him. Looking at Zhang Zan, who was carrying the cold wind and ice bullets forward, Wang Bai had an ugly expression on his face. Don't let this guy get close. Thinking of the scene of his brother and others being thrown off the ring by Zhang Zan, Wang Bai's eyes suddenly froze. Next, he suddenly activated his superpower. Clatter. A large amount of water vapor quickly gathered and turned into a huge water ball. The water ball soared into the sky, drew an arc in the air, and then crashed down toward Zhang Zan. Although Zhang Zan smashed the huge water ball with his fist, he was also doused by a large amount of water. Good chance. Naturally, Mu Yeer would not let go of such a good opportunity. Her face paled slightly. In an instant, the temperature above the arena dropped 10 degrees again, causing the water poured on Zhang Zan to freeze quickly. In an instant, Zhang Zan was completely frozen in the ice. However, before Wang Bai and Mu Yeer arrived, they could breathe a sigh of relief. Gala la 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 la. A crisp and loud cracking sound suddenly sounded. What? How can it be? Under the unbelievable gazes of the two people, dense cracks quickly appeared on the thick ice. Next moment, boom, the ice bursts. A huge black shadow suddenly rushed out from the bursting ice. In the blink of an eye, the black shadow rushed in front of Wang Bai. Hoo-ho! The punches rise and fall. Although Wang Bai immediately condensed the water elements and formed a water shield with them, it was of no use. Although the water shield has the effect of overcoming hardness with softness. But, water shields have load-bearing limits. There was a crash sound. Under Zhang Zan's terrifying brute force, the water shield burst instantly. Next moment, the fist-carrying terrifying brute force fell hard on Wang Bai's body. Ah! Amidst the screams, Wang Bai flew out and fell directly onto the ring. Zhang Zan didn't hesitate at all. Turn around. Step, 2 steps, 3 steps. He rushed towards Mu Yeer directly. Damn it! Mu Yeer quickly activated her ice superpower with all her strength. Countless ice crystals appeared, forming walls of hard ice crystals in an attempt to block Zhang Zan's offensive. However, everything she did was in vain. As the saying goes, one force can defeat all laws. Boom, 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 boom. All the ice crystal walls could not withstand Zhang Zan's punch. Admit defeat. I admit defeat. Seeing that Zhang Zan was already fighting in front of him, Mu Yeer was afraid that she would be thrown off the ring in embarrassment like the others, so she took the initiative to admit defeat. That's it. Zhang Zan was the only one left on the stage. At this time, only 8 minutes had passed since the competition. With the sound of Mu Yeer's surrender, the entire duel arena suddenly became quiet. At this moment, everyone's eyes were focused on Zhang Zan. Curious, shock, incredible, etc., etc. Quiet, quiet, quiet. After a brief silence, ha 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 ha. Zhu Man's extremely proud laughter suddenly sounded. At this moment, Zhu Man's face was already flushed with ecstasy. For those who didn't know, I thought he was the one who won in the end. The principals beside him who were still teasing him were all stunned. Along with Zhu Man's laughter sounded. Blah blah blah. The whole audience was shocked. My Sao, my Sao, my Sao, my Sao. I won, I actually won. A-level superpowers, is this the power of A-level superpowers? Amazing, amazing, amazing. Heroes are born in youth, heroes are born in youth. If I remember correctly, the family background of Zhang Zan's family seems not to be very good, right? Or should I say, his family background is very poor. Awesome, so awesome. The strength he showed just now should be at the level of entry level, right? Absolutely. Hiss, comma, comma. Jiacheng, 5 colleges and universities, each class is in the first year of high school, the second year of high school, and the third year of high school. There was an uproar. This guy is a monster. Wang Qing and Wang Bai actually lost. Mu Yeer actually took the initiative to admit defeat. Too strong, too strong, too strong, this is too strong. Invincible. Zhang Zan is invincible. So handsome. This is so handsome. Every move is filled with violent aesthetics. Ah, I have such a girlish heart. Ah, Zhang Zan has such good academic performance, such high talents and qualifications, so handsome, and has awakened A-level superpowers. Thinking about me. Woo 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 woo, crying. Quote. Jiacheng number 1 middle school. In the class of senior high school 2. Screams like ghosts crying and wolves howling, came and went. Everyone was cheering and celebrating Zhang Zan's victory. Everyone was flushed with excitement and speechless. As for Zhao Jia, the moment Zhang Zan suddenly burst out and knocked Wang Qing off the ring with 2 fists, he had already been forgotten by everyone. Just a clown. The screen returns to the duel arena of the Jiacheng Superpower User Association. Amidst the exclamations of the crowd, Mei Maobing's loud voice suddenly sounded, "Congratulations to Zhang Zan from Jiacheng No. 1 Middle School for becoming the first place in this year's Jiacheng 5 Schools College Entrance Examination Mobilization Competition." According to the rules of this competition, because he is the only one who stayed in the ring for 10 full minutes, he will become the only winner of this college entrance examination mobilization competition and receive a total of 4.9 million training resources. At the same time, he will also receive a superpower fruit provided by our Admiral Tang De Tang, the Admiral of Jiacheng. Now I announce that this year's Jiacheng 5 Schools College Entrance Examination Mobilization Competition is over. As Mei Maobing's words fell, this competition that came and went in a hurry came to an end. The ability users who came to watch the game, as well as the principals of the 4 high schools including Feng Gao Mao Gao and the contestants, left one after another. Just as Zhang Xuang was about to come down from the ring, he saw Jiacheng Admiral Tang De and 7 or 8 people landing in front of him. "Admiral Tang." Zhang Zan greeted him quickly. "Don't be so polite, don't be so polite." Tang De waved his hand with a kind face and said casually, "Zhang Zan's performance today is really an eye-opener for us." "Thank you, Admiral Tang." Zhang Zan scratched his head shyly. "As for the superfruit, it will take 2 days before I can give it to you. You should also know that superfruit is very rare and is an officially controlled cultivation resource." "I understand, Lord Admiral. It's good that you understand. By the way, I heard that people from 3 universities have contacted you in advance, right? Have you decided which university to go to?" Tang De asked. "No." Zhang Zan shook his head and said, "But if nothing else happens, I should choose Magic City University." Magic City University, one of the top 3 famous schools, is really good for you. After Tang De Ruo nodded thoughtfully, he continued, "Zhang Zan, do you know that as someone who graduated from Hangcheng University, I originally wanted to recommend you to study at Hangcheng University. Do you know why?" Quote, "I don't know." Zhang Zan nodded honestly. "The reason is very simple. In one sentence, I would rather have the head of a chicken than the tail of a phoenix." Tang De said in a deep voice, "It is undeniable that the teaching facilities, teacher level and student welfare of Magic City University are better than those of Hangcheng University, and much better. However, there is no free lunch in the world. Students recruited by Magic City University are geniuses from various provinces in Kyushu. The pressure of competition is very high. At Magic City University, only the geniuses among geniuses can truly enjoy those high-quality resources, while those students who are not talented enough can enjoy the resources. They are all resources that have been eliminated by those real geniuses. So, for those who are not talented enough, choosing Magic City University is not as good as choosing other slightly inferior schools." As he said that, Tang De suddenly stared at Zhang Zan with sharp eyes and asked again, "Do you know why I suddenly changed my mind? Is it because of my performance in the ring just now?" Zhang Zan asked. "That's right." Tang De nodded, and then said seriously, "I would rather be a chicken head than a phoenix tail. I am targeting those geniuses who are not talented enough. And your performance just now is fully qualified to become a genius among geniuses." Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.